Welcome back to Sunshine Forest on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 20 with me, MrSealyp. I've been collecting up all the scraps and odds and ends from all around the place from my logging to bring to my mini sawmill. I'm going to dump those off just to top it up. It's not going to fill it up, but it should top it up a little bit. Next job, which I can do after I do this job, I went to do some stump grinding, looked down and thought, we're getting a little bit short on the old juice for this, so just going to top this up, then I'll get back out, get some stump grinding done, and then I'll see you for some other bits. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 11:29, it's still July. I'm on my second log load. I haven't loaded it up as much, honestly. This is going to be like the Grapple yarder. I've got a real love-hate relationship with this thing now. It's a fantastic idea in theory. I was really excited to use it, and it's just an absolute disaster. The annoying thing with this is, I got probably 2/3 the way up this, hadn't strapped anything down, and nothing had moved. It was, look, it was pristine, perfect, well, brilliant, it's going to work. If I don't go any higher in the supports, we'll be fine. I got just below the level there of the supports, the log load was perfect. So right, now I'll start loading the back end. I put the first load on the back end, about that high, all this lot started to move. Forwards, backwards, you name it, all over the place. I had to cut a couple of logs because they wouldn't move. The more I've put on, the more it's shifted. Some of this log load here has gone backwards that way and pushed this out here. Some of this load's gone forwards and pushed the top out. Honestly, I don't know. Anyway, I've been clearing this big open area. I've gone even further back, as you can see, this way. I've got a load more to load up. I wanted this trailer to work so well. And the trouble is, if I scale back even more on what I'm putting on it, then I might as well just go back to my other trailer, because it's really frustrating. This goes right around the side there. I was going to try and clear a few more out, but actually this space is probably big enough for what I want to use it for. Anyway, that all being said, we have had a message from the ministry. I need to do some mowing. They want some tidying up done and bits and bobs. So they are sending me approval to mow anywhere. Yes, which is quite cool. I mean, I've got plenty of areas of my own to mow, which is brilliant. I've already put grass in the ground, but that's not going to be ready to cut for a little while. We have got some spaces we can mow, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that into a silage clamp, and I'm going to put it into a silage clamp because I've also received a directive, and it's another reason why I'm clearing this area here. They want meat. Now, we've obviously got our sheep and we've got goats, and we're doing our wool and we're getting our goat milk, but they want cows. Possibly water buffalo, but they just said cows. So I'm going to do some milk, but some beef stock, because they want meat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in a cattle pen, probably another open pasture like that one, in that space there. That's the plan, but we're going to need feed for them. This field here has got wheat in it, wheat or barley. It's wheat. So we'll get the straw off this field. I've got some hay, but I can make some more hay. If we're going to be doing grass, then I'm going to do silage. I'm also going to get our wood chips that we've got a load of. Please turn, not over my crops, come on. And now I'm into that situation where over the last 24 hours, I've been racking my brains. I've had a couple of conversations with Farmer Cop and DJ Goham and a couple of other different people about things, just generally. I'm not going to bore you with the details. I don't want to do the whole woe is me thing. But I'm trying to work out some ideas, and I've been going through responses and comments, and we are back to the, hey, you know what, just play the game the way you want to play it. I was trying to adjust things and do things differently, and I said right at the start of this isn't going to be like other Let's Plays I've done. I'm trying to use different equipment and machinery. I'm not going to follow my same format, but there are some things I want to do, and I want to do them. I want to give them a go. As new stuff comes out, you think, oh, that'd be handy for what I'm doing at the moment. But I'm not going to shy away from it just because people have said, oh, we don't want to see this, or I don't like this. So we're going to be refining some things. Let's do that. Okay, so that then, without doing the top lot on, we've still got nearly 180,000. I'll absolutely happily take that. So that's the equivalent of about 3 of the other log loads. I don't know what to do about this, I mean, to be fair, if I didn't fill it up as much, I'm just thinking if I filled the front bunk and if I didn't do 2 separate lots, just filled it up with one lot of 8-metre logs right to the top, or piled it right up. If they don't move because they're not jostling against another stack, how much could I make from one lot of that? Maybe I'll try that next. But that's the plan. But anyway, I've got some stuff to order, some stuff to place. We're going to be refining wood chips into sawdust. Is it premium chips and premium sawdust? I can't remember what it was now. We're also going to be putting in a total mix ration mixer, but that rustic one that came out. So again, newer stuff that's been coming out, I've been thinking, oh, I like the look of that. That could work on my Let's Play. We're also going to put in a silage clamp because I'm going to be cutting grass. And yes, there are tons and tons of mowing options out there. I've been looking at all sorts of stuff. But the Mow Anywhere pack should allow me to fulfill my criteria for the ministry. And I'll go around and cut whatever I can. I'm going to put in the largest silage clamp I can. So what I think I'll do now, I'm going to head over to where my wood chips are. I'm going to put in the first of the items because we're up to over 600 grand now, which is nice. I wanted to get another load in to pay for the bits and bobs we're putting in now and the leasing of bits of equipment. The mowing rig might be an issue because I don't think it's got a double mower. I think it's only a single mower in that pack, which could be an issue. But I guess it will allow me to just pootle around. If I get a forage wagon, and I'm pretty sure, I think there's a forage wagon in that as well. I'll just go around and I'll just fill it up, bring it back, fill it up, bring it back, and fill up the silage clamp so I can get silage on the way. Once this is grown, we'll have straw. That'll be for bedding, if we need bedding, but also for our total mix ration. And I'm pretty sure the mixer I want to use requires mineral feed, so we might have to buy mineral feed, but I don't mind buying that. We can buy some pallets of mineral feed and everything should be all right. So what I want to do is, this is where our wood chip's stored. I keep forgetting I've got wood chip being produced at my mini sawmill down there as well, so I need to get the wood chip out of there. But I need to put this in probably just up here. If we go to factories and we want, oh, I don't know where it is now, that there. Refined wood chips and sawdust. Little bit of dust. That's what we want. Bit of dust. 35 grand. It's not really flattening, is it much? Just worried about the bits sticking out there. Let's do that. That's going to require a little bit of leveling and a bit of adjusting. Might need to put a cover over that. I'm not sure about that being exposed. So we can transfer some wood chips from there to there. This will be a curious one again, actually, to see whether or not. I can't remember where the thing is for this. Are the wood chips? Yeah, they are. So the wood chips that are in here, I don't even need to transfer because what we've done by installing this, we've installed a special pipe underground that's invisible that transfers the wood chips directly to here. So I can switch this on immediately. Bang. And we're running. So we'll get refined wood chips and premium sawdust. Now that's just going to be to sell. I might see some pallets come out, see what they look like, but then we can set that to selling. And at least that way we're getting more money from our wood chip, which we've got a lot of. Am I losing my marbles here a minute? Is it, I could have sworn my wood. I'm going to have to go back on the edit. When I looked up, I thought my wood chip said 500 and something thousand. Yeah, 500 and something or other thousand. It's now saying 622. Maybe it was 600,000. Did I just read that as a 5? Anyway, got some stuff to do here. I'll head down also. Have a look at where to put the silage clamp in, and I'll put in the mixer thing. I'll show you that as well when we get down there, but that's where we're at. That's what's happening at the moment. Then I'm going to get the mowing gear, get that going. Oh, I've also got the tree saplings. I'm going to order a pallet of tree saplings, and I'm going to put some trees into that side section that I was talking about, that I've left and didn't put any root crops in. That's the plan for today's episode. Righto! Our money's gone down a little bit again because I need to move this pile of logs. Just realised I have now placed our top mix ration mixer machine. I say it fits this because we're doing logging. Yes, there are other ones. Yes, there's all different ways of doing it. Yes, you know, this is what I'm going to use. As far as silage goes, I know again the same with that. You can pick and choose a multitude of different ways of doing it. I've gone for a tyre-based one. Now I can't remember from all the different ones I've done. Which ones leak out the side, which ones don't. The one I'd previously installed to use, it had little wooden posts. I could not see every time I tried to place it. I initially was going to place it down at the farm. I thought, well, if I'm going to have the cow pasture up here, I want the silage up here, I want the top mix ration up here, I'm probably going to do straw in bales, I think. I might bale the straw. Might even bale the hay as well. So have silage, but then have hay. But yeah, I might do baling. Because I want to do a bit more stuff, you know, not just forestry, not just the land stuff. I want to do some more animal stuff. I haven't done chickens yet, I haven't done bees, anything like that, which I could be doing if I wanted to. So I've got another load of logs ready to go, and then I'm going to get the mowing gear and we'll get cracking on doing some mowing and get some silage into the silage clamp. This loaded up all right. Better with one lot of logs. It did start shifting once I got above the support, so I'll just go over the stump then. I bumped over something. Yeah, there we go. That's actually quite handy because I'd missed that. So I thought I hit something then. Still need to buy one of these. And when we do the tree planting, I've been using the Damcon PL75, but there's a PL40 I've installed as well. So we've got a load of logs on there. We'll see what we get for this load. We got a few left over of all the logs we did. I've left the ones near for the time being because this is a little alcove. And when we do our cow pasture, the cow pasture won't be yet. I suppose I could do it now, and also with the amount of money we've got now, I should be able to, and we'll see what we get for this load, do the next raised field. So where we did the raised field for green beans, I was going to do the one for corn, but we didn't have enough money. We have now. I'm hoping to get a bigger tractor as well now. We've got 303. I might go with another fence. Don't know. Haven't decided on that. So I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to order some mowing gear. Yeah, see that log's come out. So some of them are still moving. That log pile was not like that. It was neater, but at the end of the day it's working, and it wasn't as horrendous to load as previously. But my decision now is, do I stick with 8-meter logs because this trailer will do full tree type things, or do I go 9s or 10s, or so I'm getting more on? It's always that thing of it's a weird thing. It always uses, and I've said this so many times, I know I have on different let's plays and different versions of the game, it always says you're rewarded for long straight logs. But it's interesting how, I know when I did testing on FS17 and then 19 as well, 8 meters was always the kind of, that was the sweet spot. If you went above that, you didn't seem to gain much for the length of log, which you should do. If they're saying they reward longer straighter logs, then entire trees you should get the most money for, but you never really used to. So I guess that would be, yeah, I suppose that could be some testing. I've left stuff scattered all over the place. I do need to tidy up, and I do need another barn, and you know, the process continues. So I'm hoping I'm hoping 120 odd grand, maybe, possibly. Let's do straps off. It will all start. It is all shifting. Something's shifting now, is it? Could just be because of the ground it's sitting above. Let's see what we get for this. That's me. What did that say? 100 and something. 106. Oh yeah, it shall be about 120 grand. That's all right. I'll just shift over a little bit, and then we'll get those last couple. I don't think I can do these by hand. No. Right. So mowing gear then. I need to have a look. Let's have a look in here. Oh, you muppet! Did I not install it? I installed it, but didn't. Of course I didn't. Tardis, Lizard Colossus. No, I didn't. Bear with me. I'll sort it out in just a second. I'm going to take Laurie, get these last couple of logs off of here. I thought I could have sworn I had. I didn't select it, did I? Right. 674. Yeah, so what I'll also do actually while we're here, it means leasing again, but the Damcon PL 40 is cheaper than the PL so PL 75, 27,500. That's only 17.5, does exactly the same job. So I'm going to lease that instead. Yeah, much cheaper to lease. And then if we go from there and we go to our saplings, what we got before was tree saplings. Obviously, it depends how many we go for. So if I said I went for 120, 3,500, I think we'll start with 120. But what do I go with? Do we go with like an American elm, apple, aspen, beech? Just thinking of something like the straight up and down, so we can get some nice, like lodgepole pines. I reckon is probably a good idea. Because then we got like a plantation, you know. We could go with Scotch pine. Those are the big boys. I reckon, yeah. If 120 is not enough, then I might go Scotch pine as well, and we'll do a sort of a double whammy. So we buy that for 3,500, and then what I can do is we'll get those loaded up. I'll sort the mowing situation out now. That's all done. That's all done. And then what I'll do when we go down to plant those trees, we'll have a look at raising the other field. That again is going to be an off-camera, just in case it goes horribly wrong. I'll raise it up a little bit, probably not as high as I did this time. It depends on the sweep and slope of the landscape. Because what I want to do by the end of this episode is get some of those trees in, and I want to get some mowing done and some of the grass at least into the silage clamp, so we can get that going. I went for the larger of those ones. I don't know how much it's going to hold, but we'll get as much in as we can. Get that going. If I have to clear some more trees and put another one in, we'll put another one in. I'm sure we can do that. We are absolutely racking up our juice and our apples because the juice factory can't keep up with the amount of apple trees I've got. And I'm only doing the apple trees with water. I didn't do them with seed or any fertilizer. And with the 10 trees I've got, the little juice factory can't keep up. So the actual apple trees now, it's piling up. I've got a lot of apples and apple juice sitting there, which again, it's no bad thing. It's not a bad problem to have. I just think if I can do another log load, I need to get rid of all the little ones. We'll get those down there again like I did before. Yeah, see, we've got like a little alcove here, a bump, because this is that wedge of land that we don't own, and the other bit of land we own runs around that way, so it depends what I want to clear. I might clear a little bit further up that way. So let's sort out the mowing situation. I'll go and grab my tractor. I wanted to do the land first before I buy a new tractor, because I don't want to buy a new tractor then realise I haven't got enough money to raise that land, and then we can get some corn in the ground on that field as well. So everything is yeah, looking good, looking good. Right, so it's time to embrace the mistakes, which I talked about in the previous episodes. Is to grab hold of them tightly and just jump off the cliff together. So where I made a mistake and I turned this on and forgot I'd turned it on and left it overnight to run, and I don't know if I kind of came over and alluded to it, but if we click on here and we go down to the bottom, you'll see how much we've got. Where are we? So we've got rice box 20,000, rice rolls 21 720, and sweet corn 16107, because all the stuff that came out, I started moving it all. That's obviously that's blocked now, that's full. I started putting it all over here and then thought, well, no, this is my kind of storage of, this is what we need on hand for feeding a workforce, and we've got plenty with that as well. So what I'm going to do, because I made a mistake and left it, I'm going to turn all this to selling. But this doesn't make any sense either. If you recall, when I put into my silo just over here, my corn and my rice, we had, how much did we have? It wasn't mega amounts, was it? I came back up into here and clicked on this, and this is now saying, and I don't understand, help me understand this. My corn says 101,531 litres. I didn't have that much. And the long grain rice is 80,870. I definitely didn't have that much. Now, bear in mind, all the stuff that is processed already, that's sitting out in pallets, those numbers don't appear to be going down. So I can't work out what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. So what I'm going to do now is switch that to, no, that's the wrong one. Rice bag, selling, rice box, selling, and sweet corn, selling. So on the next hour, all of the stock we've got should sell. And then we'll reset, and then we can do whatever we want from there. I just thought it's sitting there, and the whole point of having excess stock, this was to be kept for feeding people, and then anything over and above we can sell. So we'll see what happens on the next hour, which won't be long now. What we'll do now, oh, actually that's what I was going to show as well. Back into the mowers. So just here, there you go, there's our mow anywhere, there's our mow anywhere, and because that will mow onto the floor and then needs to be picked up, if you don't own the land, you can't normally pick up from the land, I think, unless you're using the I don't know if I've got it installed, but if you come down to your belt systems, if you're using, there you go, the forage pickup, that normally lets you. But this then comes with a forage wagon set as well, which allows you, as far as I can tell, to pick up from land that's known by you. So there you go, mow anywhere and mow anywhere. So I'm going to lease that. I'm not going to go with the cover or anything like that. Silage additive, do I want to do silage additive? I suppose we should, shouldn't we? Because we are going to be picking up grass. No, not purchase, lease. Whoops. That's going to be worthwhile doing in the long run. And then that's a 3.4 meter rather than 3.1. So I'm going to lease that. Do I want a brush cutter? Yes, I don't know. So we'll collect that in a little while as well. I'm going to go and get the Damcon and the trees, go down and start getting some trees into the ground. And then I'm going to raise that bit of ground, and then we're going to get some mowing done. Because we have got a lot of land that can be mowed, that's ours, and then obviously we've then got access all around between the trees and stuff. And then also we've got access to whatever we want now. I just thought it gives us a few more options. I'll see you down there in just a moment to get some trees in. Yeah, like all around the edges of the fields, we can do all of that. It means we can get some silage on the go as well. Because we are going to end up with almost like a kind of one of those cooperative farms, like the Eastern European, you know, that kind of thing. Because we're going to have a ministry workforce doing whatever they're doing, and then all of the farming that supports that. Right. Just wait on the train now. Stick the radio on. I don't remember. I don't remember having forestry cage on the front. Did I do that? Maybe I did. So, as you've just seen, what a nightmare. I was lucky on the hour, because I set these to selling, although I set the wrong things. I did rice bag, no, I did that one, rice box, and I did rice rolls. I wasn't doing those, was I? What did I have going? No, I set rice bag and rice box to selling. I wasn't doing rice bags. I was doing rice box and rice roll. So I've still got my rice rolls all there. So they'll sell. But luckily, the other ones, the rice box and the corn, when they sold, we went up to 799,000. Brilliant. So I came over here and started to do my let's make ourselves a rice paddy. Wouldn't work. It just wouldn't do it. Every time I got round, it was all green. I got to the final corner, I would click on it. It would say there was an obstacle, and then it would show an orange line that went right the way across the 3 fields that I've separated here and back, which I'm assuming is the water source. But what I don't understand is why it let me build the rice field that side, which went over exactly the same thing, but it hasn't let me do this side. So I thought, okay, well, if I can't do a rice field, then what I've got to do is level the ground. So I leveled a bit further in, brought it up a little bit, about the same sort of height as the rice field, and then just extended out from there. That took me down from 799,000 to 522. But to be fair, that field over there was 240 grand. So if we're saying 522, 622, 722, yeah, we're looking 250. Yeah, it's up there. So it was pretty much what I was expecting to pay, because I think this one here is a little bit. If we go to nope, back to there. Oh, maybe it's not. I honestly thought this field was bigger than that one, but I don't know if it is, you know. Let's have a look at our pH. So our pH is still showing. So yeah, so that's going to be corn. So what I'm going to do now, I'll come back and we'll get that planted and fertilised and rolled and whatever we need to do. I'm going to take these tree saplings. It's interesting they're saying tree saplings, because every single one I've done before, I don't know why it's not doing it now, that says lodgepole pine. Normally, bottom right, it tells you, whoops, tree stump, it tells you what they are, but it's not at the moment, so I don't know why that is the case. Let's start getting these in, then it'll be mowing. Oh, dearie me. It's all going on. I did my little ramp that side as well as this side, so we can get into our field easier. So obviously the sides are a little bit steep. I think I came out a little bit too far maybe with this one, although maybe that's why this one worked, because I came out further than the edge. Oh, I don't know, it just wouldn't work. I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to. So we're going to start down this edge, because I'm going to start on this section here, do this section. We'll see how many we've used. Turn it on, drop it down, bang. So this is going to be more plantation. This is going to be just the same spacing. Then I'm going to turn and do a bit of a gap, and we'll go again. And if they're all lined up, they're all lined up. It doesn't matter. We are getting some trees back into the ground. I have to say, I thought I'd cut down a lot more trees. So what I did, because I'm on multiplayer and it doesn't show you how many trees you've cut down. I'm saying that, I'm making another one of those sweeping statements, aren't I? Let's go to there, and then... No, prices, finances, no. Where's it? Oh yeah, it doesn't give you the information page. You get the information page when you're not playing on... Yeah, so off camera, I went into my save game, but on single player. Made sure I didn't save it, because then it amalgamates your farms, you've got to be careful. It said I'd done 789 trees cut down. I have to have cut down more trees than 789. I just have to have. Anyway, that's what it's saying I've cut down. I would have put money on it being way more than that, but apparently not. Don't know why, but that's what it's saying. There we go. So that will give us the sort of boundary here. And we'll do a row up this side. If I start here. And I'll fill in the gaps in between. If we've still got more of our 120 left, which I think we will be, we'll move on to the next one over. Once we run out of the 120, then because I can gauge them, the size of the strips, how much we've used, and then, like I say, we'll get the Scotch pines, and maybe we'll do one of these strips of Scotch pine as well. So we are making an effort to replant. There was something that's going to come after that. I ended on a high, replant, and then stopped. That didn't sound right, did it? Like I was going to say something else. Nope. Complete brain fog. Okay, 120 trees in. I think I put the first lot in the first bit too close together. I did 4 rows, probably should have done 3. But I got them in the first 2 sections, so I got another box. And I picked the wrong ones. I went to get Scotch pines, and I looked at the tree and not the actual thing. I've got the Manchurian red. I mean, they're massive, but I've got 120 of those. So those will go into the next double plot. But I thought what we'll do is we'll crack on and get some of this mowing done. Now, obviously this land is all mine, and this is supposed to be mow anywhere, so I'm curious to see. I have already unfolded the mower. We'll get to our land in just a minute. I just want to see what, if this genuinely does the thing, you know, that it says it should. This is only a 40,000 litre, I think, so it's going to take a little while. So, let's try. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Oh, silage additive. We don't have any. We need to order some. That will be under pallets. You know what I haven't got? Is it out? Is it out yet? Remember the silage additive, the little drum that was 500? That was an absolute godsend. It really was. 2,990 for 60 litres. I mean, end of the day, yeah. We'll go back on that. We'll buy one of those. Cool. I'll go and get that, and then we'll get cracking. Okay, we're just about to go past next hour as well, so we'll see what's selling the correct things happens this time. The rice rolls, not rice bags, or whatever it was I tried to sell. Let's try it again. I'm keeping an eye top right. We've got 1:59, so at 2 o'clock it should happen. Turn that on, drop that down. Turn that on, drop that down. What are we on? 5:15 at the moment. There we go. 573. And if we go back into here, we should now see under our production that our, what was it, rice rolls? Our rice rolls have gone as well now then. That's all good. So what I'll do is set that now back to, yeah, rice rolls, there we go. Set that back to storing. So I'll turn that back on again. We are good, right. Are we mowing? We are mowing. We are collecting on land that's not ours. So that's the only downside with this mod. It's am I missing stuff, or is that just the texture on the ground? Yeah, it looked like I was missing grass. Yeah, the only downside to this is this pack. It doesn't have. I went with the brush cutter as well, so it's taken out all the bushes as well. I'm assuming they'll grow back. I don't know. I need to be neater with this because I'm taking out all this stuff. What I'm going to do is, I just wanted to see how this would work. I'm going to go to our land now. I mean, at the end of the day, I could just do this entire field, and I think we'll probably have plenty, which I might do actually. But I know what I'll do. I'll get over towards the silage clamp and think, you know what, I'm not going to drive all the way back here. We might as well just cut the stuff around ours first. But at least it's a proof of concept. It does work. But like I say, if you're doing it on land that's not yours, I can't use a mower that's got a windrower. It won't let me use a windrower because I don't own the land. I guess the other way to do it would be if I switched over to the ministry onto their account. It would allow me to. I guess I could do it that way around. But I don't mind doing it like this. We can chug around a little bit, gradually fill this up. 5% bonus with the silage additive. And then, yeah, we'll unload this into our clamp, fill that up. If I need a second clamp, we'll do a second clamp. But I think on our land, actually, that's a good point. We need some more hay. Because if we are going to be using hay, we are definitely going to need more. We have got our fields growing, but they're not going to be ready for another month or two. So potentially we could get some more hay done off of our land. Maybe I'll do that. Just wonder if we've got any of our premium sawdust. Or refined sawdust? Whatever it was. Make sure I collect all of it, hang on. Seems to be plenty of it. Yeah. Don't want to get bogged down in the mud. And avoid all the rocks as well. That would probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? Wow, that sounded like the mower really bogged down then. Oh, tree stump. Didn't see that. Oops. First full load coming in. On the way past, we can check and see if we've got any dust, any dusty bits. What I started off doing was mowing the edges of the tracks and roadways. I thought that might be quite nice, neaten all that up. Like I say, they wanted me to do some mowing, tidy a few things up here and there. I think either side of the tracks and roadways might be quite nice. Either side of the railroad might be quite nice as well. Do a little bit here and there. Oh, we've got a pallet. We have summit. Let's jump out and have a gander, shall we? Woo. Woohoo. Right. Oh, look at that. Refined wood chips. How very refined. They're wearing a monocle, top hat. Very refined wood chips. And then we're waiting on our premium dust. But that's going to take a little bit longer because we get less of that in our production. But anyway, that's working. Brilliant. And what we'll do at some point is go down with the trailer to the other little sawmill down there. We'll collect up the sawdust. I think we're up to 8,000 or 9,000 litres in there. Not a huge amount compared to what we've already been doing. I think what I want to do, because I use the Devourer, I want to have a go with a proper. I did it on Riverbend Springs, the small one. There's the Jens. I've forgotten the name of it. The one that was OG, and it's been changed and tweaked. I think the one that's available now was the one that does logs. It does bales. It does all sorts of stuff. Doesn't it? It shreds things. Sugar beet. A whole ton of stuff. Now, This is where we could end up with me getting angry again. Surprise, surprise. It's whether or not this spills out the sides or not. I can't remember. There are so many. I've looked at so many. If it spills out the sides, I can always tidy it up. But I'm just worried that when you then compact it, it's just going to push more and more out the sides. It just gets frustrating when that happens. So what we'll start off doing, we come through and unload here. It takes 4 hours for it to open up. That wasn't helpful, was it? If I'll get a bit of speed up, get it nice and flat. Farm Dog is having a proper barky day today. What's the matter with him? There we go. Now we'll start. Come on. There we go. Stop there. Oops. I say stop there. I'll stop there because I drove into the excavator. What idiot would park an excavator there? You just can't get the staff these days. Tell you what I'll do. Let's just very quickly while I'm here. This thing has been awesome. Oh, when I said about the hours on this, what am I doing? 9.6 hours. That's 9.6 hours of just cutting down trees. And obviously there's a little bit of movement. It depends how far I move. I tried not to move them too far. I'll do a row, move them back, clear the stumps, do a row, move them back, clear the stump, you know, and give myself a bit of room. Is this one of the long ones or is this a short one? Short one, that's right. We haven't got to cut that weird end bit off. Pop that there. Pop that back down the floor, like that, and we are good. I'll get rid of the stump later, we'll get rid of those. I'll carry on moving that back, so I want that level at some point. I might go a bit further that way. I mean, I say might, I'm doing logging as well as everything else. Logging is paying my way. I do need to get a proper farmhouse. I love my tree house, I think it's brilliant. Living in the trees is very cool. But I think I probably do need to... I need to grow up and get a proper house, you know. I'm not Peter Pan. There we go. Right. First load. So what we can do now, let's turn that on, drop that down, because we can do an hour of land as well, so we may as well. That's what I said, we've got plenty. And even when you've got the edges of the forest as well, there's plenty, because I've got the brush cutter as well on this, I can clear a lot of these bushes. I've got to be careful, I don't want to take the crops out, and I've got piles of these logs all over the place. I've got to be careful of as well. That didn't help me going around the edge of the field, did it? I'll clear the rest up later on. I'm going to get a few loads in. I want to get this, I want to fill it. I mean, that's the plan. I might actually get anything by doing, I am actually, I didn't think I would. Because where you've just got the little bits, but this is where it's far more productive. Got a lot of our own land. To be fair, on our own land though, we could use a mower that's got a windrower, and we could use a larger forage wagon. So I guess I should just be using this really, or another land. Do I want to buy myself a chrome big amp? I suppose I do actually. That might be quite cool, mightn't it? 573, but I did want to get a bigger tractor. What do I do? I suppose I could lease something, couldn't I? That would make life a little bit easier for the time being. I know I'm missing bits, I'm not right up against the crop, but got to be careful about turning too tightly. Now looking behind us. Very tidy indeed. I'm not going to mow the grass inside the meadow for the sheep. I'll do the grass around the outside of it, but I won't touch their grass. I mean, I can, because this is the interesting thing. Well, it depends if you think it's interesting or not. If we come up to here, and we are currently here, so if you look on our growth, you can see this is all growing. This is growing grass. So now I've cut it. You can see there it's showing harvested. I can actually fertilize. I can spray this. to get a better yield next time it grows through, and all round where all the trees are. So I have got the potential to really boost it next time it grows through. Which I suppose I could do, couldn't I? I've kind of shied away from doing it, but it would make sense, wouldn't it? Oh, mind the crops. Monsieur Buffon. Let's turn that off. Careful, 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 careful. Right, so again, I will soon a little while. Let's get another few loads in. I've got to decide, because if I am going to do, like I said, if I'm going to do hay for myself, I need land that I can actually do my own hay on, which I suppose all of this that I'm cutting now, I probably should be doing hay. That's a very good point. So I should only be silaging the stuff that I'm doing for the ministry. I'll do this board around here because, to be fair, doing this hay will be a bit of a pain. And in amongst the trees and stuff might be tricky as well, but I could most definitely, because I'm going to need more hay. I need it for the sheep. I'm doing total mixed ration. I need hay, I need silage, I need straw, I need to buy some mineral feed. There are productions I can make mineral feed, but with what we're doing, again, I've said this a few times now, I do a log load, especially that big trailer now. If I can get 120, 180 grand for a log load, yeah, you know, it's a no-brainer really when you think about it. God, this reminded me of Six Ashes. Way back in there, when I went round mowing everything, when I mowed all of every verge you could find along the roadsides, everything, just to get enough grass together. And I got hammered for doing that. It was idiotic, it was stupid. Why are you doing that? Because I had no money. I had no money, I needed silage, I needed, you know, I needed the grass. So why wouldn't I take advantage of what I had access to when I had no money? That makes perfect sense. If I've got the money to buy a grass field, I'll buy a grass field, but I suppose with the money we've got now, I've got to decide, what am I going to do? What do you reckon, peeps? Do I go tractor? Do I go mower? Do I buy another plot of land? Oh, the dilemmas. It's 4 o'clock, just gone. I've been whizzing around. You can see my money's gone down considerably. I also suddenly thought I'm not going to get this full in this episode, and I'm probably going to have to put a second one in. I have done most of this area here owned by the ministry. I think I've got a chunk in the middle to do. I haven't done anything down here, haven't done any of the bits here. I mean, most of that was where I was doing forestry, but I haven't done a lot of that. So I'm just going to unload this in. I've done 12, 11, 12, I've lost count. 11 or 12 loads. We're up to about 480,000 litres in the clamp, and it's not spilling out, so I'm pleased about that. You can see it's gone right to the edge. So let's just unload this in, and I have decided, I was doing a row at a time, and I thought, you know what, I'm better off doing what I always do. We'll just fill it from the back. Start unloading and then just climb up it. Unload where you need to. And I'm going to do my usual. When this is full, I'm going to... why is that still saying grass? I've had this happen before. It leaves... I've got 1 litre still showing in there. That's weird. What squishes out the front I am going to have to tidy up. But our silage additive is going quite well. So, I just turned towards it. Anyway, so how are we looking? How are we looking? Top left. Now we're up to 507, so we're 408. Yeah. So 500,000 litres in here, and we are 2/3 through. So I reckon we're going to be looking at 700 maybe? 750,000 litres, potentially. I don't think we'll get to 1 million in this one. So I think I might put another one next to it, clear a bit of ground. I'll mow it all first, and then we'll put a bit of ground in. I did put some grass around this. I said that before, didn't I? I put the grass down, some thin grass rather than this stuff. When I was trying to use the other clamp that had little posts, I couldn't see the posts in amongst all this. So I did a little bit of landscaping. So that will grass around it. If I put another clamp right next to it, it won't matter because that will cover part of that up anyway. Between now, next episode we'll have time. I don't know. I'm going to carry on mowing that and fill that clamp up. I'm going to that. I fall back on that every time. The Weber Disc 180 is the absolute go-to for compaction. I love it. Haven't found anything better yet, so I'm going to get one of those, and we'll compact with that when I get to it. I'm also going to mow without using the pickup, my grass and ground. But I think my other mower actually is wider than this, isn't it? The little small one. I might lease something bigger, and I'll say I might lease something bigger because my money's gone down because I did do it. I bought myself a big Fendt. So this is a 1050, like a premium super duper. It's got some horsepower to it. It does 50 kilometers per hour, 50 miles an hour. I've gone for bars and supports and changed colour of things here and there, and it's a weapon. So that'll enable us to then go another step further to get bigger equipment, bigger machinery, if we need to, especially with those big fields for doing cultivating jobs and stuff like that. We have now done another step up, which is great. That cost me 320 grand. Absolutely phenomenal. Can't fault that at all. So with that all being said, will I ted? I might cut it and ted it. There'll be a case of collecting it. I can put it into my hayloft for the time being, so I can always gather it out of there and put it into here when it's needed. Obviously there's nothing running here yet. And then we'll wait on our wheat crop, and I need to put the corn in the ground. So yeah, we've still got tons to do. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you choose to do. Thanks for watching.